Hey, it's Monday. And that snuck up on me.
Yeah, once Memorial Day goes by, the days kind of start to, flex days, flexi days.
When did school get out around you?
2 days to tomorrow.
Oh, still in school. Okay. We've been out for a week.
Yeah, no, I know some people who are going until mid-June. I know some people who were finished in mid-May. So for those of you who are still working, you have our deepest sympathy. Hold on. You've got this.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, the weather is so nice. I was in the backyard yesterday. My husband was using things he shouldn't be using to do yard work and breaking my stuff, but my backyard's looking a lot better. We sat around the fire pit last night. It was glorious.
Oh, nice.
Some people are still in school.
Yeah, some people are still in school. I used mine for a friend's graduation party last week, and that was neat, having a bunch of kids. You know, since my son is adult and gone on, it was nice having a bunch of teenagers and stuff hanging out, and that was fun.
That's cool. That's cool. All right, what are we talking about today? I got some slides. We were both gone. Maybe we should just start with that, right? We were both gone last week. We didn't have an episode last week because I was at the Google I/O conference, which is amazing. I think it's invite only. So I feel cool about that. It's where they give their big announcements. So one of the big announcements that they made was that you can pay them $250 a month to get Google Gemini and all the things. And I thought might be worth it.
Like, seriously?
No, yeah, like seriously. So, I mean, like, obviously most people don't need that.
Right.
It not only comes with higher limits on what you can do with Gemini, it gives you VO3, which is, it makes videos with sound. And then it also has some products that really most people wouldn't use. So they have this product called Flow, which is really annoying because Google Workspace is coming out with a new product called Flows with an S. So there's Flow without an S and Flows with an S. Thanks for that, Google. With the left hand, talk to the right hand. So Flows with an S is going to be really cool because it's going to allow you to say, like, when I do this in a Google Doc, do this in a Gmail. Like it's going to connect your products together. It's kind of like an if this, then that. Mm-hmm. So I've been promised to be on the alpha for that. So I'm excited to try it out. But since I'm not even on the alpha yet for that, it's going to be a while till it comes out. But this Flow without the S is a movie maker. So you upload the first frame and you upload the last frame. So you might take a picture of yourself and then you take a picture of yourself and then it fills in the middle video of you doing this. So my buddy Mark, he purchased the $249 a month. It's on sale right now for half price. He did half price for 3 months.
Wow. So I'm curious. So what are the implications of all of these new tools being readily accessible for the classroom, for teachers?
They're not readily accessible for the classroom. So let's
No. I know, but they are readily accessible to enough people. So my question is, what are the implications now for the classroom? For example, I have noticed in the last 4 or 5 months a subtle change in my Instagram feed. A lot of the videos that I'm getting are not personal creators. They're AI generated and edited clips.
I am all about making AI video. It's my new bestie. I love it. I mean, who doesn't need a gopher typing on a computer as a cartoon animation saying, this is hard? So,
right. Yeah, but my question is, so what are the implications? I mean, what are the implications? I know Ken Shelton and Dee Lanier are doing some great work to find out.
Shelton, Dee Lanier, make sure you get their book.
Yes.
Right now, go to Amazon.
Hold on, then pop the last slide up. Pop the last slide up, then we'll just start there. That's literally what we're about. The last slide. Okay. Getting started with AI.
Oh, all right. These are things we're.
That's it. Get it started with right before.
No. Okay, so not the last one.
That one.
We started with AI. Oh, geez. You know what? I want to put a disclaimer on here. We start by being subject matter experts. We start by being education experts. Like, don't think that AI is going to solve your problems if you don't know what you're talking about. I feel dismayed. Like, you go to any conference or whatever anyone's talking about, AI. But we're not done having the conversations about what is DOK and critical thinking. We're not done having the conversation of what makes a good lesson plan. Like, you can't start using AI unless you just want to be Joe Schmo off the street. Joe Schmo off the street thinks they know how to teach. And that's what AI is going to give you without some training.
And that's why I wanted to say, because a lot of districts are not there yet. But people like Matt Miller and Dee Lanier and Ken Shelton are putting together some Dee Lanier and Ken have the kinds of thoughts that you need to be thinking, the kinds of things they give you a framework with which to approach AI. Yeah. So before learning what a prompt is and before checking out gently ChatGPT or Gemini or any of the things, I would strongly suggest reading they've got some YouTube videos up. They post all the time on LinkedIn and all the places, and have a conversation with your close people who are really kind of getting into this, just starting to get into this, about what the downsides could be, what things we need to be looking at, and how that fits into good teaching. And then when you're ready to experiment, I would say Matt Miller has, right at the beginning, he started just kind of checking out different tools. And I like his stuff because he's super teacher friendly. You know, he went back into the classroom last year at his kids' school. They needed math, history, something teacher.
He's a Spanish teacher.
No, he wasn't Spanish. He didn't speak Spanish.
Yes, it is. Matt Miller is a Spanish teacher.
No, he did not go back in and teach Spanish.
I promise you.
Matt Miller, settle this. We need you to pop in the chat and settle this. What did you go back into your daughter's school and teach last year? That's what we want to know. I said it was not Spanish.
Okay.
So anyway, so Matt will settle that. Hopefully he'll pop in the chat. I'm going to text him when we get off and say, hey, what was it?
Yeah.
Anyway, but when you're ready to start with tools, he is also coming from a really good space in education, and not just whoop-de-doo, look at all these fun things I can do, but hey, these things will help me to become a better educator. And if you are not looking at it from a standpoint of, I want to be a better educator, I want to do what's best for my kids, then we don't need another tech tool. God, we don't.
We really don't. And we talked about this in our last episode. I'm concerned about all of these tools that are popping up, costing us money. You know, what's the security on this? What research? Tell me what research you used to design your tool. Tell me who's making your lesson plans? What's it based on? You still doing Madeline Hunter? She's dead.
And I'm going to keep saying this. I will probably say it every episode if we say AI. If your procurement team and your legal team in your district have not started looking at third-party agreements and revising in the AI era, y'all are going to be in trouble. Okay, that's it.
Yeah, I'm scrolling Twitter trying to find out what Matt Miller was teaching last year.
What he taught? Oh, my God. Seriously?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like January, February. So I'm already scrolled here into February. Okay, but while I'm doing that, Ken Shelton, go to Amazon, type in Ken Shelton, Dee Lanier, and Matt Miller. But I've got the ticker at the bottom for Ken and Dee's book, The Promises and Perils of AI in Education, Ethics and Equity, have entered the chat. This is a good book for you to get started with. So I got a short link on there, amzn.to/43zpgph. I don't know.
Don't worry about it. I'll put that and
just go to Amazon and search Ken Shelton. Yeah, you will not be sorry.
I'll put it in the show notes. I'll put his stuff and Matt Miller's stuff in the show notes.
Yeah,
so you can go and get those resources.
If you want to get past just the fluffy, type in a prompt. go here.
And there's some things you really need to know, because like I said, when I look at my feed and I see a lot of AI created content, that makes me sad for content creators. You know what I mean? Who I've followed forever. I mean, where's Ollie? Good boy Ollie. Where's Chunk the groundhog? You know, I was very sad because I needed a serotonin boost. And that's what let's go to our next slide is I say summer self-care, whatever it was. Everybody wants to talk about summer it says summer something. Everybody wants, there it is. Nope. Research-based plan. Yep, that's stuff right
health
there.
Strategies.
I kid you not. You can look it up. Nostalgia TV, comfort TV. I just want to like put the bed rot out there. Do you know what bed rotting is?
What is?
Bed rotting.
Bed rotting.
Yeah, that's like the millennial word for just hanging in bed and binge watching, you know.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So there is, you know, there are all of the self-care articles. I did some research to see what's out there for teachers, and everything is about, you know, getting outside and doing yoga and starting a practice and you know, meditating and mindfulness and all of those things. But I want to say, don't sleep on the bed rot, because there's literally research about watching nostalgia TV, also called comfort TV. So your favorite stuff. Oh, that's so cute. There we go. There's Matt stuff right there.
Oh, there's Matt stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. And it says,
hang on, wait, put that down. I'm in the middle of a sentence.
See this?
No, wait. Hold on. Go back. Right. We can go back to that in a minute. I'm in the middle of a sentence.
You are in the middle of a sentence. All right. So I'm listening. I'll go in a minute.
Thank you. So there's literally research behind just hanging out and watching comfort TV, your favorite TV shows from young adulthood, college days, childhood. Those things have value because of all kinds of, I don't want to go into the research, parasympathetic nervous system regulation and cortisol minimization, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So if you are thinking that you have to be actively doing something to rest and recover, or actually actively doing something to plan, also give yourself time to rest in a bed rotting way, because resting is not just sleeping, it's also doing things that are simply calming and comforting. So, you know, what was your thing? What was your favorite TV show?
I don't know. At 15, I was going to say the Snorks when I was little.
Okay, you can say when you were little.
I watched the Snorks, the Jetsons, and then I'd always, do you remember when you actually had to look at a paper guide to see when your shows were on? And for some reason, I would always mix up the Jetsons and the Jeffersons. So I turned it on and we're moving on up. I'm like, that's not what I expected.
Not the same. Da, 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 da. When we're moving on up. Okay, we could do a mashup.
I mean, that was a good show too, but I wanted cartoons.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I'm so old. I remember when the TV would turn off and, you know, you turn it on Saturday morning, it still had the bar stripes.
Da 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 da. I remember that stuff too. Yeah. For you people who are listening, who are young enough to not know what we're talking about, TV going off. Literally at the end of the night, the TV would go, the national anthem would play, and the TV would go off, and there would be white noise and these stripes until when TV started the next morning. So, I mean, there was not only not a 24-hour news cycle, there was not a 24-hour anything.
All right. So what was your nostalgia show?
Oh gosh. I Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah.
Bewitched.
Nickelodeon.
Yep. Those are fun.
Talking horse, Mr. Ed.
Oh, a horse is a horse, of course. Yeah. You know what? Please stop. I have a
there was a point that I had to stop giving these cultural references while I was teaching.
Yep.
I used to have like this whole bit that I did about Bill Cosby, and that did not age well. But I mean, picture pages. I had like a little song that I would sing while I was doing substitution, you know, because I'm a math teacher. And then the kids don't know what that is. I had to stop using it. I'm not even sure if I can use my Clippy jokes anymore with adult audiences. Okay, so
there's that. And then there's the fact that a lot of teachers who may know those references have and are retiring. So people just look at you like,
it's that time. Okay, let's look at this sentence here on Matt Miller's blog, Ditch That Textbook. So he is going to teach. I'm going to zoom in here for you.
Okay. Oh my God. I swear, never mind. It is Spanish. I don't know why. I thought Espanol history. All right. So Matt went to go back and teach Spanish. I did not remember that.
I love being right.
Oh my God.
I was right about my husband sawing logs in the backyard, and he put it on 2 Rubbermaids and broke them. And I like to be right. I didn't like that they broke.
How do you break Rubbermaids, though?
Moving on.
Did he hit it with the saw? What are we talking about?
He used it as sawhorses. We had 2 of my Rubbermaid containers. You know, that you put like blankets and stuff in, so they're bigger ones, Christmas decorations. And he put them upside down, you know, and they're bouncy, and he's sawing on it. And it just popped the side out, just like, okay. It's fine. At least my backyard looks nice. So what are your summer plans?
What are my summer plans? I've got too many to mention. I've got too many, you know, my summer's actually, it's mostly full of work. I don't get a break for a few months. So this summer is I know it's okay, because I really draw strong boundaries between work time and personal time. Yeah. And so when I have a weekend off, or if I'm not actively doing something in the weekend, I tell you what my big plan is, that I always schedule time for me. And at this juncture where I'm, excuse me, I don't, you know, I call it what do I call it? Free range adult. That means empty nester sounds so sad, and you do have to go through that phase. But once you've recovered, it's like, woo, let's fly.
All right. Well, let's make some of our summer plans that we do this live together at least once during the summer. Okay, we only live like 5.5 hours apart.
Right, but hold up. But let's do. I mean, when is ISTE? You are there only for the break.
For coffee EDU for ISTE, and then I am leaving. So I'm gonna go Monday morning, 7:30. Coffee EDU is actually in the convention center. Coffee is sponsored by Book Creator. Then I'm gonna jump over to the Book Creator booth and do a quick session with them. And I'm also going to be in the quizzes booth for a quick session. And then I got a plane home. I'm like,
okay, well, so
I have a presentation with Vicki Davis and the whole panel with the thing we did last year, where we shared our favorite AI tools. I'll share some more about that later. So I'm doing that. So I'm like, Coffee EDU, and I don't know what order these all go in, other than Coffee EDU comes first. I got the session with Vicki. I've got something with quizzes, and I got something with Book Creator, and then I'm out. Next week, though, I'm at the UnmutED conference in Colorado, which is one of my favorites. I'm not sure that Kansas has an ISTE affiliate, so I just join on with Colorado. And those are like my best friends over there, and so I'm doing a bunch of sessions at NEDCO.
Okay, well, I have a question. We don't have a plan for Monday morning because that's Coffee EDU time. So shall we do live at Coffee EDU?
No.
Why not?
At ISTE? Yes. No. We can normally pull that off, but like ISTE is my big dance for Coffee EDU, which, by the way, any of you could put on a Coffee EDU. Just decide you want to have one. It's 1 hour to the minute. That's the most important. To the minute, unconference, don't pick topics in advance. So, but at ISTE, I'm less involved in the conversations as I am trying to like wrangle groups to have conversations. So I want people to sit with people they don't know. This is a networking opportunity.
I'm gonna go live from her Coffee EDU
with these people over here. But you know what?
Okay, she's gonna do that, and I'm going to follow her around. We're gonna do how unmuted. I'm gonna follow her around. I'm gonna have my own conversations. You get to meet some wonderful educators because every time I'm there, it's really fun.
Love it.
I will be there. If you're gonna be, it's time to go. If you're gonna be there on Sunday, me and Barbara Bray are gonna close out the playground. So join us there. My session's on Tuesday, but we got time to talk about that. And it's already 8:10. We gotta go.
All right. We did it. Yay! Happy Monday, friend.
Happy Monday.
I will see
Bye.
you next week. Bye, guys.